concert goers of Newburyport Chamber Music Festival. I send you warm greetings from New Rochelle, where I live and where I practice and where I fantasize about playing concerts again. I hope to play for all of you soon. I would like to introduce you to one of my favorite performers. I have always been enamored with this conductor, Carlos Kleiber. He was from Austria. He was born in 1930. He actually died in 2004. And I am inspired by his life and his career, and most of all, his music making. That's my dog. That's Dunis. Dunis is named after a very famous violin pedagogue. Dunis, you want to say hi? Okay, he's busy. So this Beethoven 7th performance that I'm recommending is magnificent. It's a live performance. And if you would please listen to the whole symphony, you'll hear how the audience reacts at the end, how ecstatic it must have been to be sitting there and listening to this performance. The introduction is incredibly stately. It's one of the most stately Beethoven 7th performances that I could imagine. There's so much restraint. There's a temptation usually to crescendo in the phrases that go up in register, but it is mysterious and stately. Then you'll notice after the introduction, he will sometimes just stand there and let the musicians play. They can see him listening. They know they are playing for him, and he lets them play. He doesn't dictate. He must have been such a joy to rehearse with. How I would have loved to play under him. There's so much joy in his body language. I just would imagine that I would play with more joy if I got a chance to play with him. His motions are his body is so graceful, and he doesn't look like he's working or thinking. He just looks like he's embodying the music. And also the fortes, the concert. I mean, this is probably a testament to how amazing this orchestra is. But their fortes are never aggressive or muscular. They're joyous and they feel celebratory, ecstatic. So if you continue to listen to the second movement, people love the second movement of Beethoven's 7th Symphony. It's one of the most glorious slow movements of all time. Maybe you'll admire, like I do, how simply it starts. The tempo is brisk and relatively more brisk than a lot of interpreters do take it. And what makes the performance so successful in every performance that I've heard of Carlos Kleiber is how he balances the voices. So the clarity of the music is so simple, and you don't feel like the listening is a challenge. The lines are so long, and the best part is what probably happens in the rehearsal. So I imagine that the process of the music making is just as satisfying as the results. And you'll hear that the proportion of the diminuendos when the orchestra gets softer, they're all listening. And that's when you can really tell when an orchestra is listening, because the diminuendos are happening together. And it's not like, oh, the violins got softer and then the cellos. It's as a team, they all got softer together, almost like magic. So, and just for fun, if you get to the third movement, please get to the third movement. You'll see that there's a section in the 30th minute of the video where he's conducting and something happens in the horns and he goes like this, almost like he forgot that there was an audience of, it looks like thousands behind him. So he's doing this to the horns, not like he's angry that they didn't play perfectly or anything, just like watch out there. So please pay attention to that specific minute. The fact that he didn't realize that he was on stage, that's why I think that his rehearsal process is as joyous as the concert itself. He did not perform very much, and he did not do many interviews. There's a rumor that he did one interview. I haven't seen it. If somebody finds it, they can please send it to me. And then he also, I imagine, okay, I'm fantasizing, but I also imagine that he's so much a family man that he was able to find balance. Being a serious musician, which requires every cell in your body and so much time, and you're never allowed vacations. But he was survived by two children. He died, as I said, he died in 2004. He was survived by two children, and he buried his wife 7 months before he himself died. So I imagine that he was able to balance family and music and a career that he kept somewhat at bay. And the music making is just inspiring. Enjoy.